Hey guys, I'm at the Pinellas County Judicial Center where Mike Taylor, also known as the Armed Fisherman, just had a hearing. He didn't show up here. He actually attended the meeting via Zoom. I came because I wanted to know what was happening and I wanted to relay that to you all. The hearing was for a motion to have his GPS monitor removed from his ankle. As of July 1st, 2025, there are new rules of procedure. Part of the new rules are that if a person has been arrested, the state has, if they're incarcerated, if they're being held in the jail, they have 30 days to officially press charges or file information on the charges. And if they don't do that, on the 33rd day, they have to release the defendant, unless the state can prove a good reason that they shouldn't. So if the defendant has been arrested and been released from custody, either bonding out or ROR or what have you, the state then has up to 60 days to file the charges or have the information filed. If they don't file the information in 60 days, then they have to release the defendant from all of the pretrial conditions. In Mike Taylor's case, that means that he can have his GPS monitor taken off. Well, today is the 60th day, and Mike's attorney filed a motion to have the GPS monitor removed. Today, that's what the hearing was. Well, his attorney filed a motion last night, or yesterday, and the judge hadn't gotten it yet by the time the hearing started this morning. So the judge couldn't hear it.
If you want to sit here, I got no problem with it. Stop calling the sheriff's office. Stop calling. Listen, keep it up.
I think they're trying to run this guy off.
They're not sending the deputy out to you. So the deputy you're going to get every time you call the sheriff's office is going to be me.
I don't need to talk to you. I'm making a complaint on you.
Please, feel free. 27 years, I got plenty.
I am. You ain't got none one of these.
So,
You need to read that.
oh, I probably have somewhere.
I bet you ain't got none one of these. You ain't strong in the Department of Justice. You ain't but a public servant. You got to understand.
So, just stop calling the sheriff's
You
office.
ain't gonna make me stop it. Make me.
Please.
Make me.
Eventually, you're going to jail for it.
Well, we'll see. That's a violation. Y'all deny me your rights. That's what you're doing. I ain't going nowhere.
But every time you call, you're going to get me, just so you know.
All right.
There you are.
Bitch,
I promise you.
I promise you. You can't abuse your power like
You
that.
can go over there and film if you like.
You can't abuse your power like that.
I can record anywhere on this property, except for in the courthouse where they have an administrative order saying that you can't record inside the courthouse. Although they do allow the news to go in there and record during certain trials. If you see the lady on the left, she's in one of my videos. I tried to find that video on YouTube, but I must not have uploaded it to YouTube. It is on TikTok, though. In that video, she was standing with another sergeant who was harassing me. She had this little smirk on her face and smiling, and she thought it was real funny that the sergeant was harassing me while I was in that expressive area, holding up a sign that the sergeant didn't like. Here it is. F-E-L-I-C-E-T-T-A. And what is your badge number?
Stop watching videos. We don't have that.
Okay, what's your ID number?
We don't have ID.
Okay,
That's why we have a name.
so that's all you have is
Stop
name.
watching these videos on TV.
I don't watch them, I make them.
Where these kids walk up and they go, "Hey, what's your badge number, officer?"
So you think you're not required to tell me your name or badge number? Is that your opinion?
I think it's silly.
Here's an A problem.
This is
So
just
look
public service.
Just stop calling the sheriff's office.
Make me, bro. Make me.
You're gonna get me every time I shoot it.
No, I ain't.
We got this guy over here.
And I'm going, that's right, get all this shit. This shit.
Where are you from, sir?
Don't worry about it. Tell him to mind his fucking business.
Oh, I've seen him before.
Mind your fucking
I know
business.
who he is. He's been out here before with
He
doing
knows
signs.
it, man. He knows this fuck, bro.
Yeah. So he's been out. He doesn't have a sign. So. But
Get that shit, bro. They violate my constitutional rights right here. This man right here, Campbell.
he was staying outside before.
Yes, I'm on here. So why y'all keep giving me the Campbell, sir? Why y'all keep giving me him? Campbell, the person y'all keep transferring me to. He said, I'm going to keep getting transferred to him. He gonna keep saying the same thing. How y'all doing that?
All right, sir. Just remember, just every time you call, you're gonna get me.
Going what? Yeah, that's Deputy Campbell right there.
Let's go. That's the 27 plus 60 plus the 25, like so, like plus 30. Come on.
Sir, I hate to bother you. What was his name?
Campbell.
Campbell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sergeant Campbell.
On.
If you want to tell what just happened, I'll put it on the internet so everyone can see what just happened.
Yeah, he could. Yeah.
Just wait. I'll wait until you're done, brother.
I'm calling. Why is I'm keep speaking to Campbell when I connect y'all? Why y'all doing that? Yeah, I just made a complaint about the deputy violating my constitutional rights. And every time I call y'all, he's saying that y'all transfer him to him. Why is y'all doing that? I'm trying to make a complaint against him. Why is y'all violating my rights like that? Yeah, and y'all keep sending me to him. Why is y'all doing that? I don't understand. Well, that's crooked. He just told me that every time I call the sheriff department, they connect him to him. And I'm making a complaint against him? How can you connect me to the person I'm making a complaint against?
On and off that line. Somehow their control is cut on and off.
How you do it? I'm asking. Nobody don't want to answer the question. I'm waiting on the answer. How you do that?
Turn on and off that TV. Yeah, but from the breaker, I mean, from like the actual line.
I want to press charges. And they're telling me I can't because they keep connecting me to the camera. And y'all hanging up the phone on me as public servants. Y'all took an oath of office. I said the sheriff did. You work for the sheriff. You under the guise of the sheriff. Who you work for? For the sheriff. Bottom line. Hold up. The bottom line. No, I want to speak to the sheriff's secretary again. Because I'm trying to figure out why y'all keep transferring me to this man I'm making a complaint against. He abusing his power. How you gonna kick me out the courthouse and trespass me in a place I got business at? You can't.
We got Nick show up.
Now they talking about I ain't trespass. I can come back tomorrow. I'm suing the shit out y'all, bro. I'm filing a federal lawsuit against y'all.
By the time he got off of the phone, it had started sprinkling, and I had to leave. But I did talk with him, and I got his number and his email address, so hopefully we'll find out exactly what happened here. So from what I understand, is that he got kicked out of the courthouse here. He had some type of business there, but the deputy made him leave. So he was sitting out on the bench. I didn't know what he was doing when I saw him over there, but it turns out this is what was happening. Apparently he was trying to make a complaint on Sergeant Campbell for kicking him out when he had business there. But when he called the sheriff's office, they kept transferring him right to Sergeant Campbell. It doesn't make much sense that if he's trying to make a complaint on a deputy or a sergeant, that the sheriff's office would transfer him to that person that he was trying to make a complaint on. It just doesn't make sense. I may end up getting the call audio or the body cam footage from this if I can to find out exactly what took place. So if you want to watch for an update video later on, there may be one, there may not, I don't know. So because of the weather, I had to leave, and I couldn't finish my update there at the courthouse. But I do have some stock footage that I'll just narrate over.
Sorry about that.
You alright? So let's get back to the update on Mike's hearing regarding his motion to remove the GPS monitor. Mike's attorney explained to the judge that he was arrested on July 10, 2025, and that today marked day 60. He pointed out that the state still hasn't filed an information document, meaning that no official charges have been filed yet. He also mentioned that Mike lives far away and has not made any attempts to contact Poirier, and that his only contact with her has been at city council meetings. At that point, the judge asked, "If there hasn't been any charges filed yet, then why are we here?" Mike's attorney responded that under the new rules of procedure effective July 1st, if a defendant is arrested and is not in custody but has not officially been charged within 60 days, the court must release the defendant from all pretrial release conditions. The judge, however, noted that part of the rule states that if the state can show good cause, the court may extend pretrial conditions for another 30 days. At no point during the hearing did the state's attorney speak on the subject at the hearing. We didn't find out why until the next day. Mike's attorney went on to say that he had filed a 60-day hearing notice with the clerk the day before, but it hadn't reached the docket yet. The judge asked if he had sent a copy to her clerk also. He admitted that he didn't. Since the judge didn't receive the notice, she denied the motion without prejudice and said that it could be heard at a later date. She set a new hearing for the 17th. At that point, the alleged victim's attorney, City Manager Poirier's attorney, started speaking. She claimed that Mike had uploaded a copy of a video originally posted by This Is a Public Service, where people left comments that Mike liked. She suggested this was improper, but it didn't actually show Mike trying to contact Poirier, which is what the protection order prohibits. She also complained that in another video Mike posted, a video of a court hearing about a protection order against James Madison audits. In that video, Mike added an image of the Pinellas County Clerk of Court's docket showing his own case in the green screen in the background. Mike simply told viewers that if they wanted to get more information about what he was currently going through, they could look it up on the clerk's website. I don't see how this violates his conditions. As I understand it, the protection order only bars Mike from contacting Poirier either directly or indirectly, her family, or being within 1,000 feet of them or their frequenting locations. Not from discussing his own legal matters publicly or advising his followers, many of which are asking why he isn't posting about anything to do with Clearwater currently. To me, this looks more like an attempt to silence him than a legitimate violation of pretrial conditions. When Mike's attorney began to respond about those accusations, the judge cut him off and reminded him that these were allegations raised by Poirier's attorney, not by the state. And since the state hadn't presented the issue, the judge said she couldn't make a rule on it anyways. The judge then asked Mike's attorney if Mike had undergone a mental health evaluation. His attorney replied that it wasn't part of the original conditions, so likely not. The judge decided to make it a new condition, and they discussed the process Mike has to take to get this done. From my experience watching similar cases, this step only delays things further, sometimes by 30 days or more. It seems like yet another way to drag this case out and keep Mike silenced. Finally, the judge made it clear that Mike is prohibited from contacting Poirier and is not allowed to post anything about his own case, about her, or about her place of employment online. During the whole hearing, I don't recall the state's attorney saying much of anything. The next day, I find out why. The state had already filed the information document on the 5th, but those documents didn't become available on the court docket by the time of the hearing, so only the state's attorney had that knowledge. Since a 60-day hearing was set, now there's going to be another hearing in which nothing will be accomplished. The state's attorney knew this, but didn't care that they were wasting the court's time by having a hearing for something that was basically void anyways, now that they had already filed the official charges. It seems most of these hearings are just likely a coordinated attempt by the state and the alleged victim and her attorney to go on record and make further accusations against Mike. We'll see what happens at that hearing if the hearing doesn't get canceled, and I will try to keep you updated on this matter. The one good thing that I have to share with y'all today is that the state did drop the charge for the public records request violation, which actually only applied to the state or government entities anyways. I'll share the motions and documents at the end of this, and if you want to check them out, you can. But first, I asked ChatGPT, do Florida protection orders prevent defendants from publicly discussing their open case as long as they don't attempt to communicate to or contact the victim or talk about the victim? This is the reply that I got if you want to read it.